Inspection versus appraisal. What's the difference between an inspection and an appraisal? Which one comes first? Who pays for it? And when? In a nutshell, a home inspection deals with the condition of the home, and an appraisal looks at the value of the home. We're going to talk more in depth about those two important steps in the home buying and selling process in today's video, so stick around. If we haven't met yet, I'm Melanie VanBuskirk, and I'm glad that you're here with me today to talk about inspections and appraisals. So let's start out with defining what an inspection is. A home inspection is when a licensed home inspector comes to the home and does a deep dive look into the condition of the home. They're going to spend several hours there doing a complete review of the home's condition from top to bottom. They're going to inspect both visually and by testing the functionality of the main systems of the home. They're going to look at the plumbing, the electrical, the HVAC, the roof, the foundation, and the overall condition of the home and the installed appliances. A home inspection can be ordered by anyone, either a home seller or a home buyer. A seller might hire a home inspector before they list their home for sale, so that they discover any conditions and repairs that might need to be taken care of so that they can sell for that most amount of money that they, of course, would want to get. A home buyer can and should also order a home inspection when purchasing a home. As a home buyer, the home inspection is there to provide you with a clear picture and understanding of the condition of the home that you're purchasing within your inspection period, so that you can decide whether you want to move forward with the purchase or cancel the contract within your inspection period, which you do have the right to do. Here in the state of Louisiana, we have built right into our residential buy and sell agreement an inspection and due diligence period of X amount of number of days. When making an offer, you determine the amount of days that you want to ask the seller to give you for that inspection period. And the number of days that you're going to choose is going to be pretty specific to your situation and the type of purchase that you're making. This is something that you really want to discuss with your real estate agent, and in a typical scenario, I would suggest around 10 to 14 days, depending on if you're in a multiple offer situation and what the market is doing at the time. And by that I mean how far out appointments are going to be for you to get a home inspector into the home. Are they backed up, or can they get in fairly quickly? Once you schedule your inspection, you will sign an agreement with your inspector before they'll conduct the inspection. And I found that in most cases, payment will be due after the home inspection is complete, either in person or online. On the day of the home inspection, the inspector is going to do their work with no buyer, no seller present, and they're going to conduct a thorough inspection of the home. And then once they're done, most inspectors are going to allow you an opportunity to meet with them for 20 minutes or so at the home if you'd like to go over the inspection report with them in person. Within 24 hours or less, you'll receive an email with a full report of the home. And I've seen reports anywhere from 30 to 100 pages. But don't let that scare you. They've been paid to look for anything wrong with the home, and they are absolutely going to find things wrong. I even recommend inspections on new construction homes. During your inspection and due diligence period, you can use the findings in the report to request some repairs be made by the seller before you decide if you do want to proceed with the sale or cancel that contract. Keep in mind, a home inspection is not something that is ordered or required by a lender in order for you to get your mortgage. Your home inspector is not going to pass or fail the home. There's no such thing as passing an inspection. This is a common misconception, which leads us into appraisals. An appraisal is something that is usually required and ordered by a lender when you're getting a mortgage on a home. The lender will only lend you money based on the value of the home that the appraiser sets. If you're paying cash, this is an option you have, but not a requirement. You can choose to make the sale contingent on the home's appraised value, meeting that sales contract price. This option is sometimes waived in a cash offer, as it is one of the elements that makes a cash offer more enticing. No appraisal and no waiting for a loan to process, which allows for a faster closing. In the end, the seller receives cash no matter which way you buy. So when it comes to real estate, cash doesn't really have as much bargaining weight as one might think. An appraisal is where a licensed appraiser makes an assessment of the value of the home based on comparing it to other homes in similar condition, age, and style in the immediate area that have sold within a certain time frame. The job of the appraiser is to find the closest comparable homes possible, so that they're comparing apples to apples, so to speak. And of course, the most important part of the appraisal is the value. The appraiser will assign a dollar value to the property. When talking about an appraisal that is being ordered as part of the home buying process where a lender is involved, the lender is going to reach out to the buyer's agent and ask if everyone is ready for the appraisal to be ordered. Why do they do that? Well, because you typically don't want to order an appraisal until you're past your inspection and due diligence period and have decided that you do want to move forward with the sale. Also, if the loan type is VA or FHA, there are some physical conditions that may have to be addressed in order for the appraisal to meet its value, and you would want to wait until those have been taken care of before ordering the appraisal. I think this is where confusion comes in between the difference in inspection and appraisal, because VA and FHA have certain property standards that the home must meet or pass. These are basically issues that are considered to affect the safety and livability of the home. For instance, you can't have chipped or peeling paint in any home that was built prior to 1978 due to lead-based paint. So if conditions are found to be unsatisfactory, according to the guidelines that are set forth from the VA and FHA, the appraiser will give the home a set value, but say it's based on XYZ being taken care of before that report can actually be completed. When this happens, the appraiser will then have to go back out and look to see that those conditions were actually taken care of. And not only can you expect this to add to the cost, because they're going to have to be paid for going back out, but it also creates a delay in the process altogether. Once an initial appraisal is ordered by the lender, they typically send a request to the buyer for payment to the appraiser. VA does not require payment up front, but many other loan types and lenders do. The amount may be reimbursed to the buyer later at the closing if this was negotiated up front as part of any buyer closing costs that the seller agreed to pay at the closing. Now, the lender doesn't pick the appraiser. They have an online system where they place an order into a pool of approved appraisers for it to be picked up. The process from ordering to receiving the actual appraisal report can take as much as 2 to 3 weeks, so it's not a quick process. Once completed, the lender will get a copy and the buyer will get a copy. The seller will not get a copy. The report will list all the details of the home as far as bedrooms, baths, building type, age, parking style, and it will also include an appraisal sketch showing the dimensions to show you the square footage of the home. The report will also show which homes were used in comparing and coming up with that value of the home and detailing the specifics of each of those homes as well. So you can see that an inspection and appraisal are two completely different parts of the home buying process and have totally different purposes. The purpose of the inspection is to learn about the condition of the home and its components. The purpose of the appraisal is to establish a monetary value to the home. I did put a lot of information into this video, so you may want to watch it more than once to absorb it all. And if you come up with any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out or comment and ask here. If you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And hey, while you're here, don't stop now. Check out some of my other videos. That's it for now. I'll see you on the next one.